Hi, welcome once again to another video or presentation brought to you by stemcellmalaysia.com. This video we're going to talk about stem cell news in Malaysia in the year 2012. Now, as we notice that there are more and more stem cell news in the media recently, especially in recent years, that's because there's lots of activities in the scientific as well as the commercial scene. Now, in terms of the stem cell research, we hear more and more of new discoveries and new stem cell therapy, or the so-and-so are working on this particular stem cell therapy for this illness and that illness and so on. And of course, in the commercial scene, we see a lot more new stem cells products coming out in the market. So this particular video, we basically going to summarize the major stem cell news in Malaysia in the year 2012. Okay, now the number one news probably goes to the first National Stem Cell Congress in 2012 in Malaysia, which was jointly organized by UKM Medical Molecular Biology Institute, University Kebangsaan Malaysia, and the Ministry of Health Malaysia. Now, the event, the Congress, was opened by YB Datuk Sri Lew Dong Lai, our Minister of Health. Now, this particular Congress probably represents the vision of the Malaysian government to be in the forefront of regenerative medicine, and as many other nations have been actively doing research and studies on stem cells and stem cells therapy, and Malaysia have the vision to be not to be left behind in this area. And as YB stated, the need to provide the necessary scientific evidence before a cell product is introduced to our patients. And this statement is important because this implies that the government has the interests of the people in their policy, and meaning whatever product is put out, it must be evidence, in terms of safety, other than effectiveness, that whoever that is receiving the stem cell therapy ultimately from medical facilities will be protected in terms of the safe procedures and safe treatment and so on. Now, the number two news is probably that about stem cells law, which is in terms of Malaysia, according to the Minister of Health in Malaysia currently, or at least not yet, Malaysia has not had the need to have a stem cells law or act. Okay. Now, according to YB, there are currently 4 guidelines for stem cell research, and the minister told the reporters basically the 4 guidelines should be sufficient to form a framework for researchers to do their work and studies. The number 3 news is that Malaysian doctors actually use stem cells to regenerate cartilage, and this is quite a milestone in terms of what have been done by Malaysian doctors. Now, among the orthopedics, globally, there are basically two schools of thoughts, or 2 schools of specialists. They are divided in their opinion in terms of whether stem cells are actually feasible or viable for cartilage regeneration. But the Malaysian doctors had basically, go against the norm and what the medical textbook teaches, and basically they successfully using stem cells to regenerate worn-out cartilage. Now, it is true that in the medical textbooks that cartilage cannot be healed or regrown, and this is still in the medical textbook. But this group of Malaysian doctors has proved that it's not so, and this team actually is led by 2 doctors. I believe there were about 6 doctors, and their leaders led by Dr. Ranjit Singh and Dr. Saw K. Yong. Dr. Saw is an orthopedic surgeon and founder of the Kuala Lumpur Sports Medicine Center, short form KLSMC. Now, basically in 2005, Dr. Saw actually successfully regenerated cartilage in the knee joints of goats. Okay. Now, their method basically involved drilling a hole in the underlying bone of the injured joint and inject the patient's own blood stem cells into the hole. Okay, into the hole. That is their treatment method. And with the results that they obtained and the success they obtained when they published in international scientific journals, actually doctors from countries like US and the UK, they actually came all the way here to learn the latest techniques. Ever since then, the KLSMC or Dr. Ranjit and Dr. Saw and their team, they have been treating lots of sports injuries on weightlifters, international patients, as well as our national athletes. Okay. Now, number 4 is also another big news, which is Datuk Chong underwent stem cell therapy, and basically it's the treatment was done by the KLSMC by Dr. Ranjit and Dr. Saw, and Dr. Lee Chong Wei is probably their most famous patient. What happened is in May 2012, Dr. Lee Chong Wei actually injured his right ankle. Many people think that there was no way that Dr. Lee is going to recover and compete in the 2012 London Olympics. But Dr. Lee went to KLSMC and he had stem cell injections into his torn ligament. And what happened is he recovered fairly quickly, and then a few months later he went on and to play in the London Olympics. Now this particular incident really further shall we say escalate the KLSMC team, their reputation, to international new heights as they save our national hero's ankle. Okay, so this is basically a summary of what happened, some of the major news, not all the stem cell news, the major stem cell news in Malaysia in 2012. And as we come to the end of 2012, there will likely be more news in the year ahead, in 2013, as more and more studies and research are undertaken by the Malaysian medical community and the scientific community. Okay, once again, thank you for watching this video, and we invite you to visit our website at stemcellmalaysia.com. Bye bye. See you in the next video.